that COVID came about because they wanted to find a way to stop the Hong Kong riots.
Really?
I mean, those are all opinions, but I can't really prove all that stuff. I just would rather have the gold than the gold mine now. You know, and I've owned silver mines in Argentina. I made fortunes off of that stuff. But my stock, I take companies public. I don't buy stocks. Now that takes education that you don't get in school. But my best thing, I say to young people, is this: you have the most powerful tool ever created for an entrepreneur. It's called an iPhone, or the Korean version of it. You have the most powerful tool, but it can also be used against you if you're not educated. See, if you believe all that stuff on your phone, I think one of the biggest things that goes against a school teacher is YouTube. You know, I find the best teachers on YouTube. They're not, you know, they teach because they want to teach, but some of them are crooks too. You got to know the difference. And so I think YouTube is fantastic, and I'm on YouTube constantly. So you saw me take off my headsets and all this. I go to sleep with YouTube on, but I choose my teachers wisely.
So who are some good teachers people can watch?
Well, I listen to guys who hate each other. This may sound strange, but Peter Schiff hates Bitcoin. He's a good friend of mine. He's a gold guy. Then I listen to Michael Saylor and all these other guys who are Bitcoin guys. And so I just listen to the 2 points of view, because in between there is something I can take away. Mm-hmm. But I don't listen to just one side. That's why I said when I was in 9/11 or 9/13, I was in Istanbul talking to Muslims. I said, I want to find out about your religion. Because I was told what I was told as a Marine. Mm-hmm. You know, the Crusades and other infidels and all this crap that we're taught as Marines also. And I said, you guys are good people. They're good people.
As you learn more and more about people, you learn more to respect others, right? Because you learn more about their culture, you learn more about their thought process.
Well, I'll tell you what, the reason I checked you out, I said, you could have a lot of balls to wear that turban. You know, you don't find me walking around in a kimono, do you?
Yeah. It makes you tougher, you know?
It is harder. Your faith has to be strong.
If you get bullied your whole life, people call you names your whole life.
Yeah, makes you stronger.
You stop caring what people think and you do what you think is
good
right.
for you. That's why I listen to you. I want you to know that. I mean, I go, man, I don't know if you know, but there was a sheik or something right after 9/11. They murdered him here in Phoenix.
Yeah, sick. Yeah, Balbir Singh Sodhi was the first Sikh killed after the 9/11 attacks.
Yeah, and people, when they go nuts, you know, which we did in Vietnam, we did things we're not supposed to do. But when you say your friend's dying, change. And until you see that, until you walk a mile in my shoes, you know what it's like.
So you're just talking from experience, things that you've seen.
Correct.
Things that you've wished you would have known, things that you have, you know, seen along the way that is just.
But you can't know, you know, you don't know much when you're young, you know. I mean, I meet young people today, I can't believe how stupid they are. But then when I look back up on my own record, I make them look intelligent. You know, I was so stupid.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had your rich dad, and that you kind of look up to.
And that's why I understand. That's why when I talk about YouTube, I listen to both sides. There are hardcore communist school teachers on YouTube. It takes, I don't know what to say. I listen to these guys, I want to choke them. They're school teachers teaching communism. I mean, not Marxism, communism in our schools. This guy even looks like Marx. I'm going, hold him. It takes, so I think he had an hour talk. It took every ounce of courage in my body to listen to that guy. But and I didn't learn much from him. I just said I hated him. But then I listen to guys like Jordan Peterson and all that, who are more in my channel, you know, my wavelength.
Yeah.
But the reason I said to young people, you're given the most powerful tool ever given to any generation. It's called that iPhone, everybody want to call it. But you have to be careful how you use it. Careful who you listen to. That's all there is. I mean, you can use it to get really rich, or you can use it to get really stupid.
I mean, I think it's harder for millennials now to build wealth or kind of have any sort of financial freedom than previous generations. Correct me if I'm wrong, because previous generations, you had Social Security, you had pensions, you had all these things that the other people would come and spoon feed you in retirement, versus now millennials are told, hey, if you want to retire wealthy, you just invest in a 401k. And so, I mean, a lot of people are working towards a quote unquote retirement. Now, whether that's right or wrong, it's at the end of the day, everyone's working towards some sort of financial freedom.
Yeah, but the point here is freedom is your freedom of choice. And if you think freedom is a 401k, then I'll pray for you tonight. Because I know the history of it. 1974, the ERISA Act was passed. The ERISA Employee Retirement Income Security Act, which morphed into the 401k, which morphed into the IRA. I don't know if you know this, but in 1970, up until 1974, it was illegal for Americans to own gold.
Really?
Yeah, they don't teach you that in school.
And you were buying gold then, weren't you? Behind enemy lines, or trying to?
I smuggled it in. I smuggled a South African gold Kruger in. I still have that Kruger in. I paid $50 for it. Today it's worth $2,000.
Wow. How did you smuggle it?
Put it in my pocket. No, I mean, customs guys aren't the brightest. They're looking for drugs, they're looking for gold.
So should more and more young people be going out and buying gold then as their retirement plan?
No, I save gold. I don't save dollars. I borrow dollars. I'm completely fucked up. I'm a capitalist. That's why you want to listen to Dave Ramsey, who's a good friend of mine. Live debt free. I go, why are my friends all billionaires and they're deeply in debt? Think about that. But you got to be very smart to borrow.
I think a lot of young people would disagree. Young people who are drowning in student loan debt, who are trying to...
Because they're stupid and get in debt. No, I'm not saying it's the college. You've been set up. Student loan debt is the worst. I wouldn't touch that crap. Like I wouldn't touch a 401k. Now, if you don't know the difference between a piece of dog shit and a 401k or a student loan, that's your problem.
So the best cash flow, I mean, would you agree, is real estate?
No, I don't even need real estate. I use debt. I'm just looking for an excuse for somebody to give me a loan.
So you go out and borrow money, but then do what with it? I mean, what are you buying?
I have to create money from the money. Look, when I found this gold mine in China, they gave it to me for free because it was just the transition when they were shifting to capitalism and any communist project that wasn't making money. So we were shopping in China. Everything was on sale. This is 1989. The Berlin Wall fell and all that stuff was falling. So we found this gold mine in Dalian, China. They said, all you have to do is take it public, raise the capital. So we took it public on the Toronto Stock Exchange, the TSE. We did all the assays, we did all the hard work, and today they're SPACs. IPOs are different than SPACs. Mm-hmm. It's all this goofy stuff going on today, which makes it you got to be twice as smart as a young person today. So we raised $27 million on the Toronto Stock Exchange. We found gold, and the Chinese said, thank you very much.
They took it away from you?
Yes.
Did you get anything back?
Of course not. I don't trust Chinese governments. I've been screwed so many times by the Chinese, people say you're racist. I said, yeah, against Chinese. No, I'm only kidding. It's not the Chinese people, it's the government, if you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're not smart people. You know that accountants and attorneys are not creative. Einstein over there, she's got a picture of Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge. They have knowledge. They have no imagination. They've never taken a company public. They've never taken something and turned it in, taken nothing and turned it into something.
I think that goes back to the schools.
Yes, they can't think. They memorize right answers and regurgitate.
So if someone has a kid, do you homeschool them or do you keep them in school? Or
I don't know. I don't give advice. I just tell you what I did. I had a rich dad and a poor dad. I went to a rich white school.
This became a rich dad for a lot of people.
Yeah.
The book.
And I think that's the happiest thing about my life right now. Because I have so many young people come up to me and say, my father gave me your book. And that's the joy, that's spiritual.